A wide range of monsters inhabit the land of Weyard, and most take their names from different real-world cultures. Let's start by going through the monster families alphabetically. This will cover the real-world inspirations. The in-world explanation is the Synergy Stones during the Age of Alchemy, and following the Mount Aleph eruption, has mutated many of the people and animals of the world. Hence some of the cattle will transform into bullmen, or bats will grow scorpion tails. These are citizens of the military nation of Tuparang, forced to fight for control of Weyard and the alchemy machines outside of their empire. Because we were left on a cliffhanger, we don't know why they are so adept in utilizing the alchemy machines, but they are. The weakest are called Stealthy Scouts. With some of the various tools they can use, such as wires, they are capable of staying on the down low. Many of the Tua people also are part of the Umber clan, able to use the never-seen dark synergy, Umber being the Latin word for shadows, such as those cast by an eclipse. Perhaps this was meant to allude to them needing the Grave Eclipse to use these abilities. We won't know until we badger Nintendo into letting Camelot make Golden Sun 4. Anyway, scouting the military is someone who runs ahead, assesses what is to come, and informs the main company. The second and currently final member is Tua Warrior, or Tisparang Soldier in Japan. Tisparang being the Japanese variation of Tuparang. These guys are tough, at least compared to the proper scouts. It's safe to assume they are Tuparang's main infantry, and Golden Sun 4 will introduce special ops soldiers. You know, Tua Marines. The first member is Urchin Beast, and they look like sea urchins, spiky marine animals. The second is Needle Egg. Urchins are egg-shaped, which is probably what they were going for since urchins don't lay traditional eggs. The final member is Sea Hedgehog, which is a common name for sea urchin since hedgehogs used to be called urchins until recently. Sonic the Urchin doesn't have the same rank. Furman refers to any animal that is considered too populous and damaging. Usually rodents, insects, or worms. And this thing looks like a rodent of some sort. In Japan it is called Potbelly Mouse, because it looks like a fat mouse. The second and final member is Mad Vermin. A vermin mad, people want to cleanse the world of it. But in Japan it is called Fatty Rat, complete with Japanese transliteration of fatty. Sometimes I don't know if Japan is making fun of English speakers, or they find us endearing. This likely refers to a living mushroom being wild and not grown under controlled conditions. In Japan, it is Dancing Mushroom. The second and final is Death Cap, a very toxic mushroom, and in Japan it is Magical Mush, referring to magical mushrooms and the magical trips they can take you on. This is very straightforward. We have a wolf that is wild. The dire wolf, called that because it was fearsome, is a now extinct breed of wolf. The final member is the white or wise wolf. Since this wolf is fought in cooler climates, it is probably based on the real white wolf, the Arctic wolf. Wise may have been a typo in the Japanese version, or could refer to the fact canids are the closest mammals to people from an intellectual and emotional standpoint, mixed with how majestic and knowing a wolf can look. These are based on werewolves, or lycanthropes, and in-universe may be some of the earliest beastmen, who were unfortunately overcome by their feral urges and had to be slain. The first one is called Wolfkin Cub or Wolfling, which is odd since pup would be more correct. The second member is just Wolfkin, or in Japan, Werewolf. The third is Skinwalker, or Wolf Shaper, probably a shortened version of Wolf Shapeshifter, to describe one who takes the form of a wolf. Skinwalkers are a Native American legend telling of individuals who undergo a curse that allows them to turn into any animal they have the skin of. Most often wolves, birds, or bears. These are walking trees based on Tolkien's Ents. The second and unused version is Elder Wood, which may allude to what Tolkien made his Ents, old, wise trees. The final and unused member is Esterwood, which, in this context, roughly means to be a person or have consciousness as a being. I take it in a very similar way as if applied to a god. Its automatic innate status is to exist upon its own will and power due to having a great power, or being something that be in a way beyond what is fully known within certain boxes. But that's just getting metaphysical, and I'm pretty sure B would be correct there in a metaphysical sense of referring to the action of presently and innately being a being while excluding the sense of merely existing. That or you'd need to create bees. That shouldn't start a religion debate, right? No, it'll start a grammar debate one day. Wyverns are kind of the correct name for Western non-serpent dragons. Kind of not. Originally, wyverns were almost exactly western dragons, and then dragons were introduced and wyverns became a dragon variant. The differences are wyverns have exactly 2 limbs and 2 wings, and usually a poisonous spiky tail. Wyverns are also more likely to roam and not have lairs. The other difference is wyverns are less often fire breathers and more often have lightning, poison, or ice breath, or all different kinds of breath. In this case, the first member, wyvern, does breathe just fire. Sky Dragon likely references a wyvern's tendency to fly and be more associated with flying than normal dragons. Before alchemy, it has lightning and poison breath. After, it has water breath. The final member, Winged Dragon, likewise notes the greater flying emphasis. He only made the cut following alchemy and has the lightning breath instead. There's another family we need to address though, the Wyvern Chick family. These resemble pterodactyls more, however. The first is Wyvern Chick or Kid, but in Dark Dawn, it gains the title of Wyvern and has the fire breath. Yes, we are getting into goblin territory again. The second member is Pterodon, which is the cousin of pterodactyls. The third is Winged Lizard, which adequately describes pterosaurs and dragons. And the fourth is the Red Wyvern and has acidic breath. Zombies originally referred to victims of alleged voodoo hypnotism who had to follow their master's orders, but since it has become a generic flesh-eating corpse. This seems to be a reanimated corpse thanks to synergy. The second member is Undead or Living Dead. Undead describes anybody that comes back to life, be it a zombie, a vampire, or a ghost. It is something that has become undead. Living Dead is just another name for the undead, but usually zombies. The third is White or Dark White, during the Grave Eclipse. White, like I said way back with the Liches, is essentially a corpse that continues living because its soul is still tied to it. Dark is just an adjective to show it's been exposed to dark energy. It sounds funny if you hear it as Dark White instead, since technically you can't have Dark White or Bright Black. The final is Fell Dead or Evil Dead. Fell meaning fearsome or dreadful, and evil serving a similar purpose. And remember, share everywhere if you care.